Hello, Warriors. Dale Pinkert here. Some people call me Coach at TradeGATEHub.com, and we are sponsored by TradeView Markets. So when I left you last Wednesday, I was looking for a higher low in yen. Here you go. And one more low in the dollar, and said if the dollar made a new low and the yen put in a higher low, the yen was your preferred long. So from 131, it's looking pretty good. We start taking out these levels, I could see 37 still looks good to me. And in fact, we're on the verge of a trend reversal, at least short to intermediate term. I think it's important. It's also due to risk off, which is something I talked to you about last week. And also last week on the air Wednesday, I had taken a short in the gold, looking pretty good I was selling it Tuesday and Wednesday in the 2027 range. We're on the verge of breaking down. I'm getting a pretty good sell-off in S&Ps as well. VIX is gapping up. So what from here? So the dollar looks pretty good. Aussie's been the weakness, and looks like we're headed towards that 63 level. And so with this going on, you had a false breakout in the pound over prior highs of 24.60. And they took the stops out, and it was a false breakout. Pound looks bad as well. So I think we're in the midst of a dollar rally, in the midst of a stock market sell-off. I'm not saying that we can't rally on a good CPI number on Wednesday, but as I showed you, there were a lot of different issues. Big stocks really getting hammered last week. You had Deere, you had Cat, the list goes on. And the only thing really holding up the market right now are stocks like Apple and Microsoft. And we'll see how they fare today. We're going to open a little bit, but here's Apple. And Apple, I contend, is up against a major trend line. And also noticed someone put out a report that there's been absolutely, well, it's due to come in about $3 lower. Never filled the gap, that there's been zero insider buying in Apple and plenty of selling by Tim Cook. So maybe he knows something. But that's really, I think, the narrative that's going to work into June. I know it's early to call that you're going to get a sell-off in S&Ps. I think there's a chance for the October lows to be taken out by June, July. I think that we could have a rally in the DXY, initially back towards 105, 106, but eventually up to 108, 110. I said on Real Vision on Tuesday, this was the top in gold, and that if you're patient, you're going to have a chance to buy gold under 1900. The big test for gold's going to come in at 1930. That was the breakout. So if we negate the breakout here in gold like we did in cable, you're talking about $100 break. That could take you back down towards 1830 or so. I think there's a chance that we could see 1800. The gold silver ratio is diverging on some short-term TFs, like the 4-hour. We're making new lows without the RSI making a new low here. I don't know what I haven't covered, but basically everything I said last Wednesday is manifesting. So pick your spots to get long the dollar, to get long US dollar yen. Be patient if you want to be a buyer in precious metals. S&Ps, we could have a 2-week reversal. Let me just check it out. It's not going to take much this week. Back under last week's high. Last week, Friday's close. So if we close by Friday under 41.1180, which we're currently about 33 handles underneath it, you'll have a 2-week reversal in S&Ps. So right now, that's the way the screen looks to me. There's nothing I really want to be long. If I want to be long anything besides the dollar, it would probably be TLT, that perhaps we're going to get some type of breakout here over 109.50. But for the most part, sell rips and be tactical and take profits when on partial positions all the way through this scenario. So nice little gap up in VIX. We'll see what happens here. You know, I've been accumulating VIX again. Here's your daily. You can see the gap up. Probably shows better on the 4-hour. But anyway, pretty big turn about to happen in the dollar. I think it's all about risk off. And that's why I thought that we would have a dollar rally while that's going on. People talk about the death of the dollar, but then when it comes to looking for safety, what do they buy? So good hunting the rest of the day. Mike will be with you in about 90 minutes to tell you what's holding up. I know Mike wasn't real bullish much. When we got together Thursday, we also hammered home a lot of these ideas that I'm talking about here now. So the other area to watch is, in fact, I'm going to give you a little bonus. So the semiconductors were the strength on the way up, okay? And we just opened up down a couple 100 points. So even if semis rally again, they have two drives, even if they could engineer one more rally, but looking pretty heavy here. And I wanted to show you the star of the show has been, there it is, NVIDIA. And when you look at a 4-hour chart, there's nothing to see there, you know, that would tell you're going to get a trend change besides having a potential head and shoulders and gapping down last week. But I just want to show you that as traders, we need to break out our telescope. So you would look at this stock and say, wow, there's no way I would short it, until you go to your monthly. And you go to your monthly and you see we're having a little reversal month, a little bit above the 61.8 level, in between 61.8 and 78.6. So looking at the daily, you would think, oh gosh, it's, you know, I got to get long this trend. Looking at the monthly, if you were a bear, you'd be looking to sell this rally. And if you're fortunate enough to be long, you should be taking chips off the table. Remember, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. I have 2 interviews this week. Adam Button will be with us. And I have a crypto guy because I think we're getting close to resolving some things there as well. Good